just got a tip, there's no debate. I know a gent that'll set you straight. It's Vinny Valentine, good fellow who's got what it takes. A New Yorker to make no mistake. It's Vinny Valentine. And if you're feeling real blue, call on Vinny. He's gonna tell you who's better than you. Elizabeth Street, Little Italy. Hangs with his pals, yeah, that's where he'll be. It's Vinny, a friend of mine. Stand-up guy from the Lower East Side. Take it from me, he's one of a kind. It's Vinny Valentine.
Who's better than you?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tell It Like It Is with Vinny and Carisa. As you may have figured out by now, neither Vinny or Carisa are here tonight. Both of them have separate scheduling conflicts, but they will certainly be back next week. And my name is Scott Skolnick. I, along with Rich Speciale, help produce this show every week, and I'm going to be sitting in tonight. And I'm very, very fortunate to have some great musical guests, because I do have 4 very big shoes to fill. But without further ado, let me introduce to you Chris Totaro and Gary Conte, the big ones.
The time's a wasted gold. So where you going for tomorrow? And I see that these are the lies to come. So would you even care? And I feel it. And I feel it. Where you going for tomorrow? Where you going with that mask I found? And I feel it when the dogs begin to smell. Well, she smell alone. So much depends on the weather. So is it raining in your bedroom? And I see that these are the eyes of disarray. So would you even care? When I feel it, when she feels it. Where you going for tomorrow? Where you going with that mask I found? When I feel it when the dogs begin to smell. Well, she smell alone. Where the dogs to find her? Got time, waiting for tomorrow to find it, to find it, to find it. Where the dogs to find her? Got time, waiting for tomorrow to find her, to find her, to find her. feel it when the dogs begin to smell her. Where she smell alone, where the dogs to find her. Got time, wait for tomorrow. To find it, to find it, to find it. Where the dogs to find her. Got time, wait for tomorrow. To find her, to find her, to find her. To find her. To find her. To find her. Thank you. Highway run into the midnight sun. Wheels go round and round, you're on my mind. Restless hearts sleep alone tonight, sending all my love along the wire. They say that the road ain't no place to start a family. Right down the line, it's been you and me. And loving the music, man, ain't always what it's supposed to be. Oh, girl, you stand by me. I'm forever yours, faithfully. Circus life under the big top world, moving down the road to make us smile. Through space and time, always another show. Wondering where I am, lost without you. Being apart ain't easy on this love affair. Two strangers left to fall in love again. I get the joy of rediscovering you. Oh, girl, you stand by me. I'm forever yours, faithfully.
Please, guys, sit down. The big ones.
Scott, how are
Great to see you. Great to see you.
man.
This is your third time on the show, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
You've had just about every configuration of host that we have to offer, I think, right?
great.
You've had,
And you're doing a great job.
Oh, thank you. The night is young, though. You've had, I think, Carisa by herself, right? And
We
Vinny,
had Carissa, yeah.
and Vinny and Carisa, or
No, we had Vinny and the other
and
girl,
Olivia
Erica.
and Erica. Okay,
Yes,
Vinny and
yes.
Erica, and now you have me.
Excellent.
So you've
We're-
had quite a.
We're honored.
Every flavor of host that we have to offer. You never know who you'll get next time. But you guys are from New Jersey. There's always a really great music scene there, especially the Jersey Shore. This is really an historic music scene.
Absolutely, yeah. Gary's from South Jersey,
Yeah.
so.
I play down the Jersey Shore. I mean, other than the big ones, we have our separate projects. So I play in a band called the Phil Engel Band down in the Jersey Shore.
Now, what's it like to be a part of that? A really long, historical situation that.
It's great to get a
there,
flavor of that, because it's, there are people, we see them from all other states. They come down to the Jersey Shore, hit some of those landmark sites.
I mean, that's a destination for musicians, right?
Yeah. And don't want to take it for granted being from there, but
And you grew up in that area as well?
Yeah. Born in Staten Island, but raised in Freehold. So.
Now I noticed you guys did that Journey song.
Yes.
The second song. Now, a few years ago, I went to this Journey cover band show, and I'm just going to tell everybody, all the guys out there, if you want to be in a room full of very, very amorous women, you go to a Journey show. And I'm just wondering, when you play their songs, if you notice a similar effect in the crowd,
Yes.
Particularly among the women, because I had no idea.
They love it, Scott.
But they really, really go crazy for Journey. And I was never a big fan of Journey, but I came to have a much greater appreciation for their abilities, and particularly the subliminal abilities, I guess, of their music over the recent past.
Yeah, we really enjoy that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
And when you look like this guy, I mean, nothing against Steve Perry, but
Well, I like the way you look because of our similar haircuts. And what's
I'll
wrong
shave
with
my
that?
head next time, Scott.
Okay. But you have found that to be the case, that you get a reaction for sure when you play that. What do you think it is about that music that,
I don't know. I just think
that brings it out of women that way?
I think it's just real. It's that song too. I think the women just love that song because I think all women are really just looking for that faithful guy. So that song really hits home.
Sure. Yeah. And have you ever noticed if anyone ever found them?
Well, I know my wife did.
Okay. Well, there you go. And the appropriate man singing it, I guess.
Yeah.
On stage.
It's a lot of fun. It really is.
Now, one of the reasons, besides the obvious reasons why I'm disappointed that Vinny's not here tonight, is that Vinny and I are both very, very big baseball fans, and we'll speak on the phone in the course of different games. And I'm a Met fan, and he's a Yankee fan, and every time someone on the Mets does something poorly, he'll be nice enough to call me up and remind me of it, even though I just watched it 10 seconds beforehand. But you are heavily associated with Jim Brewer, the comedian who is quite a famous Met fan, who does all the crazy post-game recaps, and has been quite noteworthy over that. Tell us a little bit about how that relationship came about, and are you a Met fan as well, or?
I'm actually a Met and a Yankee fan.
Oh, come on.
But I gotta tell you though, it's really Jim that made me. He turned me into a Met fan.
He turned you into the Met fan. You're a Yankee fan, Mr. Quiet over there. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to say anything.
I've always been a Yankee fan. I mean, all
well,
through
you
my
can be
life,
a Yankee fan. We don't hold it against you. And Vinny definitely prefers the Yankees, but he watches the Mets too, mostly just to have reason to call me, because they, particularly last year when they had a bad season.
Right.
And it was bad. It was even worse on me because I watch a lot of games online instead of on TV. So I could be like 30 seconds behind, and he'll call up, and, what the hell is this, and I didn't even see it yet. So, he's telling me about this, impending doom, and then I ultimately see it. Bases loaded, nobody out, and then, all of a sudden it's 3 outs and nobody scored. Things like that, and I'm still hoping that something good's going to happen, and he'll call me up and, spoil it.
That's very funny.
Yeah, but we have 162 more opportunities starting this week for that.
It's exciting, yeah. The baseball season's getting going. It really is. I'm excited for it.
Now, have you ever gone to the games with Jim?
I've gone to a Met game with Jim.
And what's that experience like?
It is amazing. And just to see all the fans, they notice him. They gather around him at the end of the game when he's going to do his recap.
Now, did the Mets win or lose the game that you went to?
Well, I mean, the Mets won the game.
The Mets won the game.
Yes.
So you got a happy recap.
And it's great. They gather around Jim, and they all want to be in the camera when he does his selfie like that.
Now, this is in the stands, or
this is in the stands?
In the stands.
But Jim will do it anywhere. He'll walk out into the parking lot.
But I'm saying when you went with him, he actually sat in the stands among the so-called regular people, to the extent that there are regular people.
And they come up
at
to him.
$150 Met games these days.
Sure. And they come up to him and they want to be around him.
Oh, sure, I bet.
And they feel that energy, And he, like I said, he really turned me into a Met fan. My wife is a huge Met fan.
Okay.
So, I mean, I do follow the Mets.
Well, faithfully.
Faithfully, I do now. I am a true Met fan, honestly. I'm a changed man.
How about that? Just a little bit of shrieking after a game is all it takes.
It's exciting
to move the dial.
I'm enjoying that team too, and I'm wishing them all the best this year.
I hope so too. It's tough to watch a 90-loss team, and I'm a loyal fan. I watch to the 27th out. I watch till the end.
Sure.
No matter what's going on. I was watching the spring training games. I remember I was in college and people would make fun of me for listening to spring training games on the radio.
Right. You're a diehard guy.
That I guess is the mark of a real fan.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Gary, you've played in a lot of bands over the years, and what attracted you to music, and particularly this music, the classic rock, which is it seems to always be fading, but always coming back almost simultaneously,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think it'll ever go away. I mean, growing up when I was about 6, 7 years old, came to notice the guitar through my uncle. He's
now your uncle is in the music business.
Yeah,
right?
well, yeah, he's played in bands. He had a rehearsal studio, CD shop. He does backline work. He's been on tour with Yes, the John Anderson version of Yes. But yeah, growing up, seeing him play and seeing his band, I mean, when you're 7 years old, I had an uncle that had that rock star look, early 80s, and they got the band playing in the basement. It was great. So I was just like, I got to do that. So
I have 5 nieces and nephews. I wonder if I'll have any kind of impact like that on any of them. I need to get the rock star look, or something.
Yeah. I mean, I had the mullet look for a little while, but
that was big for a while. The Joe Dirt.
It didn't last.
But I mean, what classic rock bands? I mean, we know the ones that obviously will stand the test of time. But are these the same ones that you listened to as a 7-year-old, 8-year-old, whatever? When you guys first started getting into music, that you're able to perform today?
Well, first band, Don't Hold It Against Me, and my uncle still does, was Kiss.
Why would anyone hold it against you? I mean, these guys, I mean, they're 40 years at least, right?
And when you're 7 years old and you see all that,
I mean, Gene Simmons is, I'm not a big fan of the music, but I've read all his books.
Yeah.
And he's, really, really smart and interesting.
Very savvy businessman.
His books are great, and he's.
But they made songs that stood test of time.
Sure.
And,
absolutely.
But then, got into Rush, Zeppelin, all that stuff. Favorite guitarist, Randy Rhoads, Ozzy Osbourne.
I saw Randy Rhoads on Ozzy Osbourne's.
See, now I'm
Ozzy
jealous.
Osbourne's first tour in was it 1981?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah, I was there.
I was too young.
Yeah.
I don't want to make you.
Well, you know, I was only about 1 year old at the time.
But I wish I got to see that. So now I'm forever jealous. But never got to see him. But my favorite guitarist of all time, and but then all those bands, just the musicianship, the songwriting, you can't beat it.
And it does. I was with my one of my nieces in November, taking her around to college. She lives in Singapore, so my brother wasn't able to do it. She wants to go to college in the U.S. And I made a deal with her. One song I'll pick, one song you pick. This way we won't fight in the car. I'm not going to dominate it. And I said to her, I said, let me ask you something. When you're my age, do you think you're going to be listening to this music, the songs that you picked? Because when I was your age, these are all the songs that I listened to. So I just don't believe that kind of stuff is going to stand the test of time.
Right.
The way that the classic rock has, and you see these shows, they remain sold out. Year after year and tour after
as
tour.
As long as they're still healthy, they're still touring and selling out shows.
I'm a deadhead, and Phil Lesh just turned 78 2 weeks ago.
Huh.
Amazing.
78.
Yeah. I just saw Judas Priest, and as long as I was like, Rob Halford's still there.
How old is he? I mean, he's not even that old, is he?
He's in his 60s at least.
But by my standards of who I see, 60s is like a teenager.
Were you a Styx fan at all?
I hated Styx. I saw them actually at the Garden, and I thought it was the worst thing I ever saw in my life.
Well, I took my wife to see Dennis DeYoung. He's just on his own now, and he's 71. And still doing it,
Actually, I once saw a Styx cover band with JT.
Oh, I know JT. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, well, that's just why I pointed out. And I thought they were better than the real Styx. I enjoyed that more than when I saw the real Styx, like in 1981. I thought they were terrible. I thought it was the worst thing I ever saw.
Oh my God.
But that's okay. You can't like it. I mean, I see a lot of shows, so I guess it's almost a relief that I can't like everything, because it's quite time consuming, and in some cases quite costly too to go to a lot of shows. But I know that the bands that I like, if you don't go, you may miss the last chance.
I know they're going to be gone.
Sure.
Yeah.
And there's a few newer bands that stand like Foo Fighters, for one, which will be maybe playing something. They sell out.
Yeah, sure.
Huge venues.
They're good. They put on a good show. I saw them once.
That heavy rock, that people that energy.
But we only, unfortunately, the time really flew by with you guys, which is great. But you mentioned for your final song you wanted to give a little dedication to our leader, Vinny. Why don't you tell Vinny, because Vinny's watching right now,
Vinny,
for sure, what you want to say, and then please go out and play.
I just wanted to say, Vinny, I really admire you. You've done everything that I've wanted to do in my life. Become an actor, be in movies, and host your own show. And I just want to say that this next song that me and Gary are going to do, I'm dedicating it to you. And it's called My Hero.
Oh, there you go, folks. The big ones.
Pictures down, shake it out. Truth or consequence, say it loud. Use that evidence, race it around. They're gone. Don't the best of them bleed it out, while the rest of them peter out? Truth or consequence, say it aloud. Use that evidence, race it around. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. Kudos, my hero, leaving all the best. Well, you know my hero, the one that's all. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. There goes my hero, watch him